Hey everyone, Mike here, and today I am going to be talking about a brand new manga that I just discovered. Basically, I was flipping through a Shonen Jump app, had just gotten caught up on a series I'd been reading, and was looking for something new. And that's where I found Guardian of the Witch. There are currently 14 chapters of this, so it is very new, just started this year. I have only read the first chapter. I literally read the first chapter and then got ready to do this, so I am still quite a bit behind on what's going on, but I wanted to come on and talk about it. Let me give you the basic idea of the story. In a world of magic, there exist creatures known as evils. Abominations ravaging the land. The only ones with the power to defeat them are the witches. And yeah, I'm not going to do that voice the whole time. But yeah, basically, got these monstrous creatures called evils. They can only be defeated by women with great magical powers called witches. And that is where we are introduced to our first of the main cast, Fafnir. He is a young man whose family had been killed by evils years ago. Basically, the witch that was supposed to be protecting the area was delayed, and the guardians, who were basically the rest of the military in the area, were pretty much ineffectual. So he's decided that he's going to become a guardian for the sole purpose of making the guardians stronger and eliminating the need for witches. And he has reached that point of being a guardian. The other guardians mostly laugh at him because the witches handle it. Why should we bother, worrying about handling the evils when it's the witch's job? Eventually, he is given the task of being the main guardian for the city's local witch, whose name is, if I'm remembering correctly, Manaspa. Again, I just read the first chapter like an hour ago, so yeah. Initially, I did not like Manaspa. She comes off like a brat, and she is constantly picking fights with Fafnir. But one day, she tells Fafnir that she has been given permission to leave her tower in the center of the city, which is something that does not happen very often because, being as important as she is, she doesn't get to leave without permission. So she's getting ready with her maid, whose name escapes me. I'm going to have to learn that name, though, because she does seem like she's going to be an important character, too. They're getting ready to go. Fafnir gets brought before the leader of the city, who tells him he will give him back his position of just being a regular guardian after he completes one final mission: kill Manaspa. It turns out that witches are not naturally born that way. They are infected by evils, and thus this gives them their power, but as time passes, they will eventually be corrupted by the evil, and thus have to be destroyed. The next day, Fafnir is getting ready to follow up on the mission when he hears Manaspa talking with her maid about how she knows that they're eventually going to kill her. She wishes she could just be a normal girl, and the reason that she fights with Fafnir all the time is because she knows he doesn't like witches. So whereas everyone else treats her, like some special, not even human, he treats her just like a normal girl. When he hears this, he decides, instead of killing her, he takes out the guards that were going to help him against her and decides he's going to run off with her and her maid. They're going to find a way to make her normal again, and they're going to get rid of all of the other witches. Now, admittedly, this could potentially be a problem since none of the guardians are really in any position to handle the evils, so if you get rid of all the witches, what's going to happen to the villages? Also, there's the question of how are you going to get rid of the witches? Are you going to try to make them normal too, or are you planning to destroy them? I'm assuming the guy comes off like he's not exactly the killer type. So I'm assuming his best hope is going to be to cure them. I'm enjoying it so far. Admittedly, it is very cliche. A lot of the things that I'm seeing in this story, I have seen in many other stories in the past. But just because a story has been done before doesn't mean it can't be done again in an enjoyable way. And I am enjoying this. At least from the first chapter. I am looking forward to seeing what kind of adventures they're going to go on. You know, obviously now that they're outlaws, there's going to be a lot of interest with that. One thing that was brought up in the series is that her powers she can't just use. She has a collar around her neck that suppresses them. Is that something that Fafnir can take off, or that she can take off, or is that something that she's going to have stuck on her, limiting her abilities in battle? That will be interesting. Also, I'm wondering if it completely cuts off her powers or just weakens them. I might have to read the chapter again to try to figure some of this out, but yeah, it's not the most original series, but it is a lot of fun, and I'm enjoying what I've seen so far. Definitely gonna be continuing on with it. Again, there's only 14 chapters so far, so it shouldn't take me too long to get caught up on it. I'm hoping that they'll do an anime version, because I think this looks like it would do well as an anime. Although I hope it's not going to be one of those where it's just, okay, one season, 12 episodes, and you're done, because there is too much in a series like this to do that short of a run. It would end like a lot of 12-episode anime tend to end with not a satisfactory conclusion. Hopefully, if it gets an anime, it will get a substantial one. But we'll have to wait and see. Either way, I'm enjoying it. I recommend it. You should definitely check this series out. It is a lot of fun. Well, that's all I've got on this one, so until next time.